a beautiful old house near the heart of downtown Osakis is one of only a few tea rooms in rural Minnesota. But there's much more here than just a place to have lunch. A person could spend the better part of a day at Just Like Grandma's, as owner Carol Mihalchick explains.
Just Like Grandma's is a tea room and gift shop complex in Osakis. It started 27 years ago when I was looking for a summer gift shop. We ended up taking possession in like September of one year, and it was work from that point on. We came in, the floors were sagging, so my husband had to lift the floors. He'd come up faithfully every weekend and do a little crank in the lifting process, because if you'd have done it all at once, the walls all would have cracked. So this was a slow process. In the spring, we hired an electrician to redo all of the electricity in the house. We hired a carpenter. Steve was instrumental in that entire construction progress, acting like a contractor. Anyway, we opened on Memorial Day of that 1985, and at least 800 townspeople came through because they too had never been in this house. It was owned by the same family since 1910, with a couple changes of sisters and brothers moving in here.
The family who lived in this big old house once played an important role in Lakes country history, as Carol's husband Steve explains.
This is a display of the Brown Brothers Fisheretto. The Brown Brothers were two of the brothers in a family that owned this house on the corner of 2nd and Main in Osakis. And when we bought it in 1984, down in the basement were several boxes of lures and parts of lures. In the 50s, they made these lures handmade. They had a little lathe in what's now the summer kitchen. They made them there, they painted them, hand painted them, and sold them in the local hardware stores and sporting goods shops. They, to me, look similar to basserinos, but they apparently were quite a good bait, and they were also known as pretty good fishermen. Later on, they took some of their old blanks and started making ice fishing decoys out of them. They sold them here, they sold them in Alexandria, in the whole area.
And the gift shop, which we had just in these 3 rooms, was very successful that weekend. We continued on through the summer, and word got out, and we grew and grew, and each summer got better and better. And the one question that everyone kept asking was, where can we eat? Where can we eat? And rather than send them to the 2 local cafes in town, after that 4th year, I decided we needed to do something different about that. One of the people in town recommended the cook from the Catholic school, who was off, of course, during the summer, and who made great meals as the cook. She decided she'd do it. I didn't even know her, but she came highly recommended. We always say she brought her chicken salad recipe with her, which was one of the things that has been a staple over the years. And we opened, and I think 2 to 3 weeks later, we were serving 75 people a day, which blew my mind.
Isn't that something?
I remember one day when we decided that we didn't have enough capacity in the house, bringing up patio chairs and tables in my car, setting them up on the porch, and Pauline had people sitting out there within an hour. That was the need for more and more and more way to accommodate people. And so they came out, and the word of mouth from a good experience at a tea room was enough to continue to spread the word. And so I like to say at our heyday, we were serving 200 to 300 people a day.
Well, every time I've stopped at Just Like Grandma's, it looks like the tea room is very busy. Maybe I just picked the right time to stop by.
We serve a variety of sandwiches, soups, salads. We like to think of it as bridal shower fare, and that's been our main theme since the beginning. Most of our food is made from scratch, delicious muffins, salads, different things that are on the menu, such as a party loaf or a hot dish. Not the typical things found on cafe menus throughout the state. We were one of the very first no-smoking restaurants in the state that started 23 years ago. We choose to think we've been kind of ahead of the times. There aren't a lot of tea rooms in outstate Minnesota, so we're quite proud of that. It's a semi-formal but casual atmosphere. People love to come here and have tea. We've offered high tea in the past and still available at this time by reservation. There are 3 separate gift shops in the back where we offer anything from the gourmet foods to home decor. There are about 50 crafters that we bring in from around the state, and they sell their products here. We only have quality crafters. We tend to be very selective in what we choose to have brought into the stores. It's a higher quality craft item. We have a woman from Eden Prairie that has a knitting machine, knit washcloths that are tied together 3 in a bundle, and she sells very, very well. I have a woman from Forest Lake who has an embroidery machine and embroiders dish towels, and she does them with names on them or with just like grandma's on them, or you're my favorite best friend or whatever. She does very, very well. I have another woman from Wyoming that makes jelly, and her specialty is wine jelly. But since then she's gone into root beer jelly, dark beer jelly, so all the kinds of jellies that you can make with a juice, such as a wine. I have a woman that was my partner in Minneapolis doing boutiques, who now retired to Miltona. She makes scarves, so there's a lot of scarves in our one building that has more of the women type items in it. And she's ventured out from a yarn scarf to fabric art pins to infinity scarves, any number of different kinds of scarves. We have a number of people that make jewelry, hand beaded or wire twisted, or beaded bracelets that have certain beads that mean different things to different people. We have crafters that do floral arrangements and provide little things that would go on a table or seasonal items. We have a woman that does sewing, that makes aprons and bags that you can put your plastic bags in, and we have a woman that does hot pads. So it's a huge variety of items that these people make, and like I say, we then supply the things that are the background or those sections. The entire shop is divided into sections, either by color or by theme. So like in the barn, we would have a pink section. It would have name plaques for all your little kids that they can hang on their door, or a little necklace that goes around their neck with their name on them, or Christmas ornaments that we can supply the name for. Grandmas are thrilled when they come in and can find all 5, 6, 7, 8 of their grandchildren's names for an ornament for that year. But if we don't have one of them, we'll personalize that ornament so that they then are happy that each person got the right thing. And we have people that come year after year after year that do that, and then they choose an ornament that depicts what their grandchild was doing that year, be it playing hockey or ballet or the star of the class or whatever. So we'd like to think that we're an entirely inclusive gift shop, from gifts from children to adults, gifts for people to give, gifts for people to use, etc. And there aren't as many gift shops per se around the area anymore. We cater exclusively to women in terms of the gift department. Otherwise, we're open summers from Memorial Day till the middle of September, and then we close down for about 3 weeks, redo everything into the Christmas mode, and open for about a month in October, where we call it our Christmas boutiques. wonderful staff to help you out in the gift shops and the tea room. So all in all, it's a complete shopping experience. Great place to come with a girlfriend, your mother, your daughters, your sisters, and just experience a day of shopping and a wonderful lunch, and you'll go home satisfied.